Greetings everyone, Napoleon Complex here, and welcome back to a very old campaign. Now I do seem to be on the point of winning this one, though of course in 50 years or so the Mongols are going to come rampaging through the flanks. The problem is that while my empire is large, it's not very stable, so we actually need to stop expanding for a while and try to consolidate. I'm currently building ports in Sinai. I'm trying to expand my shipbuilding facilities. And my hope is I need to take control of the Mediterranean Sea now, make sure that the paths to the rest of my empire, the naval paths, can't be cut off, so that I can safely expand into the interior of Europe, because right now it's really, really hard for me to keep going. What I will do right now is... No, we'll need to wait. Okay, I've got everything set up. We are going to take Austria, but we're going to hole up here for a while and consolidate our position. Okay, the Hungarians have pulled back. We've got them under siege. And we're assaulting Sivas Castle. So let's get a nice battle to open the day with. Okay, I have the Almohads own brand of heavily armoured nutcases ready to go. Let's break into a castle. Note that. I probably shouldn't have left that unit behind, that was my best unit. Great start. There's no point in running up now, they'll just get shot to pieces. But there's only really archers hiding in here, so we should still be fine. We're coming to get you. We're very slowly coming to get you. 47 archers and I click on the single peasant. Not that I expect it to help us much, but I suppose we may as well go after the enemy commander. Okay, they're getting slaughtered up against the wall, as is right and possible for Byzantine dogs. Those Slav warriors stand no chance. Please stop shooting us while we murder you. And on we go. Enemy general putting up a brave stand over there. So is this Slavic warrior. But it's futile because this unit broke through and they're going to go spiraling straight into the archers. There goes the enemy general. Quickly grab our unit. Enemy horse archers trying to stand their ground, but they won't be able to do it. And this Byzantine army is gradually going to start to die. You've got to hand it to these Byzantines. They're fighting for their lives, but there we go. Sword in the back. The gentleman's way to die. That's Armenia's ultimate. Why not? What are we facing? I tried. Wow, loyalty plummeted. Because I really tried hard to get enough soldiers to prevent this from happening. Okay. A very powerful general coming to kill us. I need to be mindful of the south. I can move a few units to the north. Here. And that should let me pick one good unit to send to help the situation. Given the number of cavalry in the enemy army, I think I'll pick the camels. Or Napoleon, you could send the unit of solid spearmen, which is sitting right there in front of you under your nose. Okay. Slightly disadvantaged by the general, but we do have the stronger army, so unless the force in Anatolia interferes, which they might well do. This is a stretch goal. If I don't take lesser Armenia, it's not the end of the world. I've got more than enough to keep the rest of the area locked down. Just keep shifting units up. Oh, we got more than enough in the Sinai. Okay. And that will, of course, let me continue to move troops up from Palestine. Good, that means even more troops coming. Which means I can move more camels from Antioch. And I can maybe even move a stronger unit as well. Let's pick... Nice units of Almohad urban militia. Not that I'd pick against cavalry, but they're good all-round troops. Right. Europe. Well, we've taken Austria. Whether or not we can hold it is in the balance. But I do have much better public order in Europe in general now. The Sicilians are the faction that I want to bring down next. Right, that might just allow me to slip some troops out to Malta. And if I have an army in a port that's connected to Malta, let's see. Problem is I've stopped training troops in North Africa, which is not really ideal for this situation. I could attack down south through the Papal States, and then attack Sicily from there. But that means going to war with the Pope, and he'll be a continuous annoyance. Okay, not yet. We still need to restore loyalty here. I will move my units from Venice into Austria. Okay, and that's things under control. I think we'll start to slip into Bohemia as well. Send that general south. In all honesty, the further I can push into Europe, the better. I didn't realise we were currently neutral with the Germans. Well, we may as well finish them off. And once the Germans are gone, we can deal with the Danes and Poles fairly quickly, I reckon. Okay, the rest is just moving troops up. One thing this whole situation has alerted me to is just how decrepit my naval infrastructure is. The Bohemians are pulling back. It's a nice free victory. We've invaded Saxony, and the Germans are going to have to make their last stand now. It was a long war with the Imperials, but as usual, the Holy Roman Empire is very fragile. It tends to break apart under pressure. Right. Get the Almohad urban militia in the centre. They're going to be our main head breakers. these quality Moorhead foot soldiers to the sides of them. I can see that the enemy has archers, so I'll have a force of my own archers, which are better armoured, out in front of the lines. And let's see, what about the Murabits and infantry? Keep our general back, because we don't want him getting ridden down. But I'll place these guys towards the back here, where they can throw javelins once the lines are engaged. Of course, hopefully we won't hit too many of our own troops. I will actually have a use for these units here. If I can use them as a small flanking force, they might just inflict a morale debuff on the enemy. They've deployed at a key moment in the battle. Okay, enemy archers are coming out to fight us. Those are mounted crossbows. Not really something I'm worried about. Oh god, I hate it when the AI does this. They pulled back so that my troops will come forward, and now they're attacking. Right, I've had enough of this. I've had a crummy morning. I had a false start in a new Rome campaign, and I rather lack the patience for this. Okay, those Murabitsans aren't very good in the open. Let's not throw them into the open by mistake. We'll have to javelin down those feudal men. No. Try and get javelins into the Royal Knights, because they'll cause a lot of damage. Peasants, useful as always. This army will fight relatively hard because they have nowhere to go. Yep, that's Royal Knights for you.
The enemy ruler flees back to his harem women.
He's away. He didn't have any cavalry, unfortunately, so they couldn't contest the king's retreat. Unless we can catch him here. Routing units tend to be slippery and wet. Yeah, they didn't even clip him. Okay. Right, see you guys back on the campaign screen. Alright, fine, you can watch me kill the archers. There we go. And that's victory. Saxony is under siege and the Germans are making their last stand. We are attacking the castle here. I think I'll just alter it. That was actually bloodier than I thought it was going to be. This is going to be the real fight, of course. Stopping this rebellion. Right, let's take a look. Well, it's certainly good conditions for defending against the Lancer army. Large hills are exactly what I want to see, and especially large hills that are covered in woodland. So I suspect that this battle is going to be a bit of a stomp. Keep some camels and cavalry back here. I can send them round and after the enemy archers once the lancers engage with us. Moorhead foot soldiers, they might also be useful for pursuit. I'll keep them near the flanks, they're reasonably fast. And just above that I'll make sure that my general isn't somewhere he's not supposed to be. Okay. And in case that's not enough, I have reinforcements. If these rebels were smart, and rebels are rarely smart, they would withdraw. Right, stop. Don't draw them into the open. Don't get drawn into the open. Good. That goes in on the flanks. I highly doubt that Byzantines are going to do well. Bring these units up. Not left a gap in our line. Get us. Right, I'm emboldened enough to attack even in the open. Bring everyone out. This Byzantine army clearly doesn't stand a chance. Go. You guys keep going. Let's not forget anyone. And you do still have lancers back there. Try and veer away from them for the moment. I want to concentrate on breaking the central line. Once the enemy army is shattered, you can worry about a few stragglers or enemy reserves. Look at the Saharan cavalry shoot after those horse archers. They got caught in the archers. Throwing them into chaos here. Send these guys over here to help, especially since we've got peasants climbing our flanks here. I'm going to try and get the Saharan cavalry behind the lancers. I think they're dying anyway. Try and get those camels into those Trebizond archers. The watch out Trebizond archers are actually pretty good. Ah, I've got a job for the Saharan cavalry. Go and deal with those horse archers that have been bothering us. So of course the peasants might do some damage, but they're not really going to be able to handle us. Of course, those are still high-ranking Byzantine lancers. They'll do some damage to us. But the good news is we do seem to have destroyed most of this Byzantine army. Yep, they're all falling away. Might take us a while to catch these Trebizond archers, which is annoying. I'll see you guys back at the key moments. We killed the enemy general seconds after I turned off the recording. Well, that's the horse archers running away from us now, which means that we really only have the Trebizond archers left to worry about. I do want to make sure they don't rally. Don't let them rally up. They're gone. Okay. Byzantines are tough. Not as tough as Almohad urban militia, but they're tough. More than a match for the camels on their own. Try and throw the camels out there before they actually rout. Saharan cavalry to the rescue. Never thought I'd be saying that. There we go. Bye bye, Byzantine archers. I have no idea if this is recording, by the way. Okay, wait. There we go. Yikes. Didn't realize we were still under attack somewhere. Take our mobile elements, maybe we can still catch them. Oh wow! The Almohad armed militia crashed straight into them. No way other than getting those soldiers back. Right. Of course. Lots of promotions. Ah, we might have larger ships available to us now in certain provinces if we can build the structures for them. So it might be worth investing in a castle so we can get a larger shipwright. In fact, do we actually? No, of course, we've not got a province with both a castle and a high enough ranking shipwright. Okay, Lesser Armenia is now pacified, that's good. Let's give them a reasonably dreadful general. I am immensely disappointed by the value of Lesser Armenia, given how hard it was to take it in the first place. We do now... That's interesting, Malta's rebel. Okay. Well, I mean, I can dedicate a small force to taking it. Interesting defenders, militia sergeants and fanatics. Starting to build up forces specifically to take this to take Malta. I might actually have enough on hand now Let's see. Well, let's give it a shot. Two units is a... well, no, what am I saying? Problem is that even if we take it, we'll never hold it. As a fool's errand. We need more soldiers. Let's see, I am training some more soldiers now, so... I can start to expand the fleet up the coast. But I don't want to go too far because I've still got the Sicilian Navy to worry about, and you've always got to anticipate a naval catastrophe. Losing naval control now would hurt. We're back in control of Austria. The Austrians are probably wondering the angers to get conquered and reconquered so many times. And of course we're in control. Oh god, we're in control of Bohemia, but we're not in control of Bohemia because Bohemia is about to rebel against us. Let's send them some help post haste. So we may as well lower the taxes right down because Bavaria isn't worth much to us. Send whatever units are there purely for garrison purposes. And I'll just detach some help from Franconia. Okay. One thing I will do is I'll build a oh yeah, that's why I built a port in Tunisia, so that my Khalifa is always connected, even once he dies and his heir comes of age. That's worrying. We don't actually have an heir right now. I'm not sure if that means game over or civil war if our king dies, but whatever happens, we don't want him to die. It would certainly be nice to finish off the Seljuks, but I don't... let's see. Can I cobble together the forces to do that? What do they have here? 6 units of Gulam, well, 6 units of cavalry. Their general will be rubbish because it will be the Khalifa. It'll be the Sultan himself. And units of urban militia and naphtha throwers. Well, those aren't very that's not a very formidable army, is it? We need 6 units of good quality spearmen and camels, right? That's 4. And okay, some more spearmen. Now, ideally, we would like some fast-moving troops to take care of the archers. Oh, there's 2 armies of these. Right. Ow. Oh, I think this was a faction revolt. That's why the army's so huge. Okay. I suddenly find myself in dire need of camels and spearmen to deal with that. Thankfully, camels are precisely what this region trains. I know why the public order suddenly increased. It's because I have ships in the area now. This does also allow me to raise the tax rate, which will help with our money situation a lot. This is great. Being able to fully tax the Middle East is worth a lot of money to me. This army, in fact, with the things in this condition, I might be able to consider an attack into Anatolia. I would like to remove the Seljuks first, rather than just surrounding them. Right, let's try and get an army together which can do this. So we have a decent enough army here. I do need to be careful of the forces in Armenia. Move the army of Palestine in to try and hold the province. Okay, so I don't want to take any more from Syria. We'll take... I'm mainly interested in spearmen, to be honest. Because we'll need them to stop this massive quantity of Armenian heavy cavalry. So focus on spearmen and camels. Right, move our troops out of Antioch, because we can afford to do that now. And you know what, we may as well just send the army in Lesser Armenia up to deal with this. And apparently we need to be careful of public order in Edessa as well. Which is unfortunate because I think all of the troops there are... Okay, we can send some urban militia home instead. That should just be enough. Good. Peasants. Not really much use to us, are they? Right, so is that enough? We have a full army and lots of spearmen to deal with the cavalry. I think we should be fine. But those Armenian heavy cavalry are quite scary. Right, continuing on. We've got 2 ships here. I can move into the Ligurian Sea. We're starting to push the Sicilians back towards Sicily, but it's slow going. And I won't feel safe until it's accomplished. This is why I almost gave up on this campaign. We're at the slow grinding process of trying to consolidate the empire after the breakneck, after expanding at breakneck speed. Okay, so we're now at okay. Wow, resistance is really fierce in each new province. I didn't think resistance would be quite as ferocious as this. Especially in Saxony. Why are they so keen to stop us? Just send this mess of soldiers, at least help to keep order. I don't want to move any more out of Franconia because I'm mindful of the Poles. But they've not got a particularly strong army. Send the Moheads. And if we can move anyone in from Lorraine, that would be extremely helpful. Okay, just drop the taxes a little bit in Lorraine. And, okay. Alright, on we go. Counter-attack. See what we've got here. Honestly, I'm amazed they're even trying this. Let's go. Of course, the problem with using Windows to check if the recording's going is I lose all my unit banners. Okay, I'm going to have to remember that those unit banners stand for Almohad Urban Militia, which is going to be tricky in the middle of a fight. Okay. Getting straight into it then, are we? I don't suspect our archers will have to move too far forward to start shooting. we'll have to deal with the ballista. I'm more worried about taking out the enemy infantry. I guess I'll commit 1 unit to shooting them though. Shootout in the rain. Impressive, the entire unit managed to miss the entire crew. Second volley killed 1. That's why I tend not to shoot at the siege engines. So I'm trying to use the fact that my archers are already formed to get an advantage, rather than having to spread out. Start shooting anytime you like. So we've met the Zekeli. I got very frustrated with these soldiers before, unfortunately. But if we can remove the enemy's missile troops, then the infantry on their own shouldn't be too dangerous. Not too much left of this horse archer unit, but almost down to half casualties. Surprised how little progress we're making against the Zekeli. Okay, never mind the almost shattered horse archers. Focus on the Jabaji. Oh, they've got mounted sergeants as well, they could be quite dangerous. As usual, if you can shoot the Royal Knights, do so. Ah, okay, false retreat, don't follow them. I'll be out of ammo soon anyway, so my missile troops will have to withdraw. Right, pull them back because they're just standing there being arrow fodder at the moment. They are rather far down the hill, aren't they? Alright, charge. I consider this revenge on the armoured spearmen, revenge for my coming unstuck in my Pictish campaign. Yes, I still hold that against all armoured spearmen, not just the ones that did that to me. Right, and I suspect this is going to go very badly for the Hungarians. I need to keep my archers close behind, otherwise enemy cavalry could spoof in. I think I'll bring my Gulen bodyguards in against the remaining Shaleki, because they'll be very good against that depleted unit, now that it's relatively even numbers. There's not a whole lot I can do about the mounted crossbowmen. Focus on the enemy's infantry, and eventually there will just be too few cavalry to make a difference. going on here? Don't like this. No, the Sergeants seem to be getting the better of us. No, we've rallied ground, but that looks like it caused quite a bit of damage. They'll do fine. I didn't realise that I'd sent my desert archers after some mounted crossbowmen. I could very rapidly find a pay for that. We definitely are fighting till pretty much to the death at the moment. At least the Murbethans... oh, well, the Murbethans are really still fighting the Jekylai. What those Murbethans can do is finish off the unit of ballista we missed. Okay. Those peasants are almost off the back of the map now. Did they attack us? Oh wow, they've got reinforcements. I'm starting to get a bit worried about that. I didn't realise quite how many Hungarians had come to this particular party. I think... oh god, that unit's about to become a sandwich. Okay, leave them. They are dead meat. This is why I really dislike fighting units, large armies of skirmishers. Once your army's dispersed like that, it's very difficult to bring it back together. I'll kill some of the Royal Knights, but we're basically waving goodbye to those armies, to those units. And these guys are still... okay. There's really no point in chasing horse archers. Amazing the Almohad Armed Militia have actually managed to do surprisingly well here. I don't think they're going to be able to hold on. However, if we can now get the cavalry to them, or anyone to them really. I gave up on that unit because I thought it was dead meat. But they've done remarkably well, considering they were hit like 2 units of victorious Royal Knights and the units of mounted crossbowmen. Both of whom were pretty much in mid-rampage. There we go. There aren't many of the Almohad Armed Militia left, but at least managed to rescue the survivors. Those Royal Knights don't have a chance now. All of that's coming after them. Finally. There we go. Kindly never darken our door again. That should be the end of the Hungarians as a military force, barring rebellions. There we go. I'm just going to let them go, that was long enough. And they're not getting that army back. Victory. Okay, here's the big battle. Do I have time for this today? I should just about have time to do this. Okay, right. Let's get into it. Right, spearmen in the front rank. So we'll need to make a large and relatively immobile force of spearmen in the front. We'll have we'll have our shock infantry in the back row. Well, yeah, the Turkish army has nowhere to go, they have to fight. Forming a long line, because obviously the main threat from a cavalry army is being outflanked. So this is actually the traditional method for countering a large cavalry army. You draw up in a long line. But I suppose if it's shock cavalry, you actually want a deep formation. It's complicated. Yeah, the formation I'm using is more for horse archer armies in the classical antiquity period. So the AI is making my job easier, I think, by spreading out. Like, we do have to watch out for their archers, so they will shoot us to pieces potentially. See quite a juicy concentration of enemy forces here. Micromanagement, always a bit of a weakness of mine. Maybe stop the Nubian spearmen until the rest of the army starts to catch up. Don't go dashing off into the blue. And it's to halt. Let the Almohad urban militia catch up. For an Almohad urban militia, they don't seem to do much defending of towns. But of course this army has advanced far beyond the bounds of its historical battlefields. Just get them moving forwards. I need to think reasonably quickly here to respond to the situation. Okay, close down the spears. Close down the cavalry. Try and shove them towards the center of the battlefield. That would be my cavalry making contact. Hopefully that'll throw the Armenians into panic. As usual, a lot going on in these big battlefields. My Almohad armed militia got drawn off. So the fact that it's not particularly relevant to my interests. Hold them in place, don't go dashing off towards the woods. And you guys just form up and hold the line. It's, steadily. Getting drawn a little thin here. A unit of archers is behind us and it's panicking my troops because it's a flank threat. Oh, that's also not helping. Damn it! There's too much going on at one time. I know I can pause, I'm trying not to. Managed to clear the archers away at least. Those guys are out on the limb, they're in immense danger given that there's going to be another army coming at us. Thankfully my troops seem to be up for the challenge there. I'm amazed how poorly the Armenian cavalry did. Those are quite formidable troops. Maybe the spearmen could be doing better, but then again the Armenian heavy cavalry are badly outnumbered. We can afford to lose a little bit, man for man. Use those more foot swap. We probably shouldn't leave our commander all the way back at the beginning of the map. He should be brought into the heart of our soldiers. Okay, starting to push the Armenian cavalry away. You can see them shooting into my troops. The king will eventually die. Whether it's this week is another question. Get our shock troops into their backs. Uh-oh. Suddenly a very aggressive move by the Turkmen horse. I think they were just pushed into it through skirmish mode. Several of our units are panicking. I don't like that. Oh, they withdrew their thing. It's weird, because they don't have anywhere to go. Enemy urban militia coming in to make a final stand. Fall back. We don't want to lose our light cavalry. Bring these guys over towards the fight. Well, that's why I told you to get out of there, wasn't it? And that's why you listen to your general. The enemy just seems to be withdrawing now. Oh, this could get ugly. The spear were not especially good. You guys might be on your own for the moment. We need to go and deal with this. Just get in there. No need for formation this time. So you need to take spearmen out of formation if they're going to act as flankers, otherwise they'll just stand there and keep in formation, which is, to be fair, what they're trained to do. Enemy lancers would arrive at that moment, wouldn't they? Back into formation. Oh, okay, charge. Oh my goodness, they all arrived at once. Okay, that's going to go south quickly. Curses! Oh no. Life is pain and exists to cause me problems. I had 0 time to react to that.
Your general is quitting the field in shameful fear.
You can't stop a panic like this. I thought I'd got rid of all of the Armenian heavy cavalry. Parts of my army are starting to come back. I think these are just the few units that weren't hit by that charge. And there's even more coming onto the battlefield. They just completely obliterated my army. Well, you know what? I'm not going to get mad anymore. This is just something I've resigned, happens to me from time to time. In case they're not getting these soldiers back. Get the commander to the edge of the battlefield, at least we can get him away from this. Oh wait, I have reinforcements. Alright, bring on all of our reinforcements. So that's all of my original army gone now. But I might get the army back if the enemy hasn't executed my prisoners. The overly kind fools. Okay, these guys are just going to keep rallying and keep getting beaten up. I need to take the troops that have arrived and use them. Bring on whatever we've got. I don't have half an hour to resolve this battle. This is another problem with the earlier Total Wars, how ridiculously long the end turns can get when you've got multiple battles to fight. When there are multiple big battles. If I sound stressed, it's because I am. I am under actual time pressure right now. Right. Go save our general. So the ghouls are exhausted and they should go down fairly quickly now. Try and hit the army militia from the flanks with the camels. Hoping this was the last spawn song for the enemy army. Good. Okay. We'll just push them into one another. Good, who knows, I might even get most of my army back. Of course something managed to get behind me. Try not to provoke them. Need to buy as much time as possible, because they will charge if I charge. Urban militia, of course, well known for their ability to stand up against fully formed heavy cavalry. The reinforcements were right there. He seems like he's going to get away. Right, into the backs. Oh, thank God. Right, get me off this battlefield. Thank God for that. Right, any other battles, I'm just going to have to withdraw. Okay, that's the end turn. Anyway, folks, I've been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. I've got to go. Farewell.